Manny Pacquiao, when he would throw, everything is just stiff, you know, sharp punches, fast, quick feet. His hand and eye coordination was ridiculous.
He says Manny Pacquiao has had 2 Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
And when he said that, my jaw dropped. We're on live, and my jaw dropped because...
Now, the weird part is Pacquiao's hands just felt heavy. After the fight, I constantly was thinking, why did his fist feel like a rock?
My trajectory was so fast. It was exponential how quickly I got from, you know, literally fighting in my hometown to fighting Manny Pacquiao in Macau. It was such a blur at the time. I was just so focused. I think a couple days ago you said that I was like the nerd in school. Well, I was a nerd in the gym too. I left no stone unturned. I trained so hard. I did everything right. I went to sleep early. All my food was perfect. My training was exceptional. I had all the good sparring partners. I left no stone unturned. And that was the way that I was able to deal with any kind of nerves going into a fight. Homework. I did my homework, so I was prepared. I always knew I was prepared for every fight, even if I didn't know what I needed to have.
That's a long time ago. He's returning to the boxing ring. He's been out for 4 years. He's fighting for the WBC welterweight title. That's July the 19th in Vegas, ironically. What did you make of that news when you heard it?
Well, it's boxing today, isn't it? To be honest with you, boxing's, you know, if you can let a 58-year-old Mike Tyson box a Jake Paul, then, well, Manny Pacquiao going back at 46 doesn't look too bad, does it? But Manny is coming back, though. You know, Tyson was coming back fighting Jake Paul. Manny's coming back fighting for the world title. But, and I say this with love, you know, how has Manny got his world title shot? He's been retired 6 years. He can't. He's got that on our previous successes, hasn't he? You know, to walk straight after being retired so many years ago, straight into a world title fight. How is that allowed possible? What happened? Surely he must have been dropped out of the rankings when he retired. All of a sudden, he decided to make a comeback. They put him straight in at #1 contender. I think only boxing can answer that.
I think did you say 5th, Joe? He's been already placed 5th in the world ranking.
5th in the... How can he be placed back in the top 10?
Comeback fight,
yeah, you know, when you've been retired years and, you know, currently on your previous... He was a hell of a fighter a few years back, but we don't know what he's going to be like today. So, you know, you'd like to think he'd have a couple of warm-up fights so we can say, yeah, and then get him in. But boxing these days, I think the money's everything in it.
You fought both, obviously. In your opinion, who's better? Who's tougher?
I think Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I think Floyd Mayweather. I mean, and that sounds rich because he absolutely was probably one of the most brutal knockouts in boxing history, I'd say. You know what I mean? When I see him getting knocked out by Pacquiao on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, it's in the top 10 of the most destructive knockouts of all time.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit past myself back in the day. You know, I'd had one or two. You know, I wasn't a master of defence like Floyd Mayweather. I'd take 4 to get one in sometimes, you know. And,
I'm the same, Ricky.
Fighters describe just how frighteningly good Manny Pacquiao was. Mike Tyson says he loves watching Manny fight because nobody is more exciting. Pacquiao's speed, power, and relentless approach impressed everyone. His footwork left opponents confused. His combinations came at lightning speed. Even legends acknowledge that Manny was a rare force inside the ring.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big-time fighters now?
Yeah.
Pacquiao looks sensational his last fight. Oh, sensational. No fighter, and you as my witness, as any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than the Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
Because no.
What? I ain't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
You don't know much about boxing.
You're a little uncomfortable up here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rio.
In other words,
Floyd Mayweather Jr., known for his undefeated record and defensive skills, has openly recognized Manny Pacquiao's exceptional talent. In several interviews, Mayweather has expressed his amazement at Pacquiao's rise from the 108-pound light flyweight division to defeating champions across higher weight classes. He credits Pacquiao's success to a rare combination of speed, power, and natural ability, often describing him as blessed with extraordinary skills inside the ring.
I just want to say this to the world. It's amazing how a fighter can come from, I think, 108 all the way to 154 and knock out all these guys. To me, it's amazing. I guess he's just blessed.
Looking back, Mayweather has praised Pacquiao's outstanding abilities, particularly his speed, unusual punching angles, and smooth footwork. He has described Pacquiao as the toughest opponent he ever faced, highlighting the Filipino fighter's relentless pace and precise timing. Their training sessions together further strengthen Mayweather's respect for Pacquiao's elite skills, reinforcing his reputation as a Hall of Famer.
The roughest fight you ever had, who was it?
The best fighter I ever fought probably was Manny Pacquiao. Because of his movement.
But you made it look easy.
But he's a hell of a fighter, and I can see why he won so many fights, and I can see why he's going down as a Hall of Famer. It's just certain moves that he make. But the roughest fighter probably was a guy named Emmanuel Augustus.
You talk about the drunken master?
The drunken master.
The drunken master?
He was tough.
Because he was awkward, huh?
He was just tough. And Miguel Cotto was very, 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 very physically strong.
Yeah.
So you got different fighters. Different days you feel different ways.
NBA legend Dennis Rodman, known for his outspoken honesty, initially questioned Manny Pacquiao's abilities because of his small frame. Like many people who underestimated the Filipino icon at first sight, Rodman assumed Pacquiao could not be that dangerous. But his view changed completely after watching Pacquiao fight. Rodman was amazed by Manny's relentless courage and explosive power, especially when facing much bigger opponents. He expressed great respect for Pacquiao's fearlessness, pointing out that Manny never backed away or avoided a challenge, regardless of how tall, strong, or skilled his opponents were. Instead, Pacquiao moved forward with intensity, dominating fighters across multiple weight divisions. Rodman admitted he had never seen a fighter so fearless in the face of adversity. Manny's spirit in the ring and his refusal to back down made a lasting impression. Rodman's praise adds to the growing number of athletes from different sports who view Pacquiao as a symbol of heart, determination, and greatness.
I respect it in the game. I don't know why I respect this guy, just because he's short, I think. But Pacquiao.
Oh, he's brilliant.
That motherfucker right there, that's probably one of the few fighters besides you, Muhammad Ali, all you guys, Hagler, and all those guys and stuff like that. That little fucker right there, I never seen that guy back up from anybody. Tall, short, he goes in there and says, fuck it, okay, great. And he's still doing it today, I don't know, 40 years old?
Yeah. Close to 50, yeah.
Because who's the other guy, Hopkins? He's
a great guy. He's a great fighter.
He should have retired a long time ago.
Pacquiao's career reflects his willingness to face any opponent regardless of weight class. His rise from the light flyweight division to the welterweight division demonstrates his adaptability and courage. Pacquiao has consistently shown that he is willing to challenge the best fighters in any division, embodying the true spirit of a warrior.
I can fight anybody on 147. I tried to 154, but when I beat Margarito, and then the WBC asked me, "Are you going to defend your junior middleweight title?" No, give it to them. Never mind. That's too much for me. Amazing. I survived that fight. The night of the fight, I was 48 pounds, and Margarito 165 pounds. With the WBC, the commission asked me, "Are you going to defend your title?" No, never mind, give it to them. I can carry the punches, but the thing is, after the fight, you can feel something, it's too much.
Manny Pacquiao's legacy is defined by his unprecedented accomplishment of winning world titles across 8 different weight divisions, a record unmatched in boxing history. Beginning as a flyweight champion, he moved through the divisions and ultimately became a welterweight champion. His willingness to face elite contenders without avoiding challenges reinforces his place among the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters of all time.
One of the best 10 pound-for-pound fighters who ever lived. People forget, it's not just that he won titles in a bunch of weight classes. He was the flyweight champion of the world. Not that he started at flyweight and wound up as a welterweight, junior middleweight sometimes. It's that he won the championship as a flyweight. A lot of times guys start at a lightweight. When they're young, they're not good yet, they grow into a bigger division. He was the lineal champ at 112 pounds. And he won titles through most of the divisions up to welterweight. And was obliterating guys and never ducked anybody. One of the 10 greatest fighters who ever lived.
Former world champion Shane Mosley reflected on his fight with Pacquiao, admitting that he was surprised by Pacquiao's abilities. Mosley acknowledged that he underestimated Pacquiao's power and was shocked when he was knocked down, describing the moment as disorienting and unlike anything he had experienced before.
I was looking at Manny, and the guy is like to my chin, almost maybe a little bit taller than my chin. I'm like, there's no way that this guy can beat me. No way. So I get into the ring with Manny Pacquiao. It's not like he's hard to hit. Like he's not easy to hit, but he's not hard to hit. When I want to, I can throw a little jab or a right hand and touch him. So I said, okay, now we're in the second round, I believe. All right, now I'm gonna, hit him with right hand, see how he reacts to the right hand. Set it up, line him up. I get ready to throw it, and I see him like this is a bouncing, boom, boom. It does a little 1-2. I fall down. I'm like, wow, that didn't seem that hard. Why did I go down? How did I go down like that? I get back up, and I'm dizzy. I'm like, whoa, I'm still dizzy. Like, I've never been hit.
Timothy Bradley, who faced Pacquiao several times, described how difficult it was to share the ring with him. Bradley compared Pacquiao's punches to bullets, highlighting his rapid footwork and hand speed, which made it difficult to predict and counter his attacks. Reflecting on his remarkable career, Mayweather has recognized Pacquiao as the most formidable opponent he faced. He acknowledged Pacquiao's power and skill, crediting these qualities for his success across 8 weight divisions. Mayweather's admission highlights the great respect he has for Pacquiao's accomplishments.
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I was scared out of my mind.
Scared of what?
Of him. How hard does he punch? How fast is he? You see it on film, but it's different when you're in there actually fighting them.
Sure.
It's completely different. They were like bullets. They literally like Manny Pacquiao, when he would throw, everything is just all stiff, sharp punches, fast, quick feet. His hand and eye coordination was ridiculous. And like when he would miss, I would hear like a snap, like bullets was flying past my head when he would punch at me. It was nerve-wracking. It was like I was fighting King Kong. He was knocking out everybody. I'm finally getting this moment at the top, at the pinnacle of boxing, fighting against the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the game.
At any point, did a fighter ever make you feel like, oh, my legacy is in jeopardy?
No, but I've been in a fight. I get like in the 3rd or 4th round, like, tonight gonna be a rough night.
Okay.
One of the best fighters I've faced was Manny Pacquiao. He's a future Hall of Famer.
What the is it about Manny, man? He just don't stop coming.
But you know me, I keep my distance because he's real short. I keep turning him, keep turning him.
Yeah, but I think this, height doesn't mean anything because, short people can pack a punch.
Keith Thurman, who faced Pacquiao when he was 40 years old, was stunned by the strength he experienced. Thurman said Pacquiao's punches felt as solid as a rock, showing that his power and conditioning remained strong even in the later stages of his career.
Pacquiao, it's weird. Danny felt like a big brick. Pacquiao felt like a little brick. Okay? Now, the weird part is Pacquiao's hands just felt heavy. After the fight, I constantly was thinking, why did his fist feel like a rock? It was like awkward, right? I was like, why did his fist feel so hard in the fight? I was like, it was a little awkward. I don't really care about that stuff that much. I mean, I could handle it. It wasn't devastating. It didn't really feel like plaster, but it felt like something. It felt like a rock. So I thought, like, does he do certain training? Does he do certain, does he build up calluses? Does he have more dense bone density in his hands? Did they do some Asian stuff? What did they do? Who knows, right? And then looking at the picture, I was like, damn, you know what? Pacquiao wore them old school Mexican Reyes.
When he knocked down Thurman in that fight, I was like, this is crazy. Yeah. This guy's 40 years old, still can crack, and still as fast as lightning.
The power that he possesses, but it's not a thumping power, it's that explosive speed, explosive power, the footwork he gets in position, and all of a sudden he's landed 3, 4, 5 shots and then he's angled off. A lot like I did in my fight against Lopez. A lot of that sparring paid off and it did shape me.
The boxing world continues to debate Mayweather's undefeated record against Pacquiao's accomplishments across multiple weight divisions. While a 50-0 record is an extraordinary achievement, many argue that Pacquiao's 8-division championship record is unmatched and unlikely to ever be repeated, highlighting his versatility and determination.
Okay, what's harder? Be 50-0 or to be 8-division champion? 8-division, I think so too. Because 50-0, you can be 50-0 if you have the right promoter and then pick the right opponents. Yeah, you could be 50-0 and not become a world champion. Yeah, exactly.
Who's that guy from Thailand? He's 52-0 and we don't know his name. I don't know his name. I wouldn't know him if he walked in the gym right now.
It's so hard to become a world champion.
Period. One world champion. And defending it.
And then for A division, like, it's almost impossible. Honestly, I think it's impossible now. If Pacquiao did it, but it's impossible to be an A division champion.
Comparisons between Pacquiao and Mayweather are unavoidable because of their remarkable careers. While Mayweather holds an undefeated record, Pacquiao's achievements across multiple weight classes provide a strong case for his greatness. Their different accomplishments continue to fuel debates among boxing fans and historians.
I have a video when I compared their resumes. And what I did was I grabbed all their opponents, and if they were in the top 10, if they were at number 1 ranked, I gave them 10 points. If they were at 10 ranked, I gave them 1 point. And if they weren't in the top 10, I gave them 0. And then I added them all up, and then I came up with an average of their resume opponent. And Floyd Mayweather had a slightly better resume. Slightly. It was by a point something.
Chris Algieri, before his fight with Pacquiao, went through an intense training camp and left no detail overlooked. He stressed the importance of thorough preparation when facing a fighter of Pacquiao's level, recognizing the immense challenge presented by the Filipino icon.
My trajectory was so fast. It was exponential how quickly I got from, literally fighting in my hometown to fighting Manny Pacquiao in Macau. It was such a blur at the time. I was just so focused. I think a couple days ago you said that I was like the nerd in school. Well, I was a nerd in the gym too. I left no stone unturned. I trained so hard. I did everything right. I went to sleep early. All my food was perfect. My training was exceptional. I had all the good sparring partners. I left no stone unturned. And that was the way that I was able to deal with any kind of nerves going into a fight. Homework. I did my homework. So I was prepared. I always knew I was prepared for every fight, even if I didn't know what I needed to have.